Welcome aboard. Today, we're diving deep into the world of maritime operations, where the sea, sky, and steel interact in a high-stakes dance. We'll explore how meteorology and oceanography aren't just academic subjects, but critical tools for real-time decision-making that save lives, cargo, and ships. We'll follow the journey of the MV Pacific trader to see these principles in action, both on the high seas and in port. This is where theory meets reality. Imagine this: the MV Pacific trader, a massive Panamax bulk carrier, is fully loaded with wheat. She's sailing from Vancouver, Canada, across the vast Pacific Ocean, destined for Yokohama, Japan. Her draft is a deep 13.5 meters, and she's cruising at a steady 13 knots. On the bridge, the master, chief mate, and second officer are on watch, while in the engine room, the engineering team keeps the heart of the ship beating. 6 days into the voyage, the open ocean starts to show its power. The ship is approaching a developing low-pressure system. Weather reports are flashing warnings. The barometer is falling. The swell is building to a menacing 4 to 6 meters, and winds are forecasted to hit both at force 8 to 9. That's a gale. To make matters worse, a strong east-setting current is working against them. The master notes the barometer has plummeted from 1012 to 998 hectopascals in just 10 hours. This is a clear sign that a storm is brewing, and it's getting stronger, fast. On the bridge, the atmosphere is tense but professional. The second officer reports to the captain. Barometer is now 998 and still falling. The wind is backing to the northeast, and the swell is definitely increasing. The master, experienced and calm, knows exactly what this means. That's a deepening low pressure, he confirms. Plot the latest weather chart and overlay our route. The chief mate quickly analyzes the data. Captain, there's a cold front crossing our track. If we hold our course, we'll sail right into the heart of the system in about 10 hours. The master then turns his attention to the ocean itself. What about the currents? The second officer consults the ocean current chart. We've got an east-setting current of 1.5 knots. That's going to increase our relative wind and wave encounter, making the conditions feel even worse. The situation is clear. Continuing on their current path is a collision course with danger. What's your recommendation for an alteration? The master asks the chief mate. The mate, responsible for the ship's stability and cargo, has already run the numbers. I recommend we alter course 20 degrees to the south. This will keep us in the warmer, more stable sector of the storm system and reduce the impact of the head seas. We should also reduce speed to 10 knots to lessen the stress on the hull. The master considers the advice for a moment, weighing the delay against the risk. The decision is swift and decisive. Agreed. Safety over schedule, always. With the decision made, the bridge team springs into action. The helmsman is given the new course. The engine room is notified to reduce speed and placed on standby for any further maneuvers. On deck, the crew inspects and tightens all the cargo lashings to prevent any shifting. The chief mate oversees adjustments to the ballast water, which improves the ship's metacentric height, or GM, making it more stable against the rolling waves. Finally, the heavy weather checklist is completed, ensuring every single precaution has been taken. Let's break down the science behind these decisions. The falling low pressure indicated stronger winds. The steep pressure gradient, or the rapid drop in pressure over a short distance, was the engine driving the storm's development. The ocean currents were a major factor, affecting not just their arrival time and fuel consumption, but the very motion of the ship in the waves. The direction of the waves was critical. Hitting them head-on could cause slamming violent impacts on the bow, while the period of the swell, the time between wave crests, could have created a dangerous resonance with the ship's length, causing it to flex and roll uncontrollably, the result of their quick and informed action. The MV Pacific trader successfully navigated around the storm's core. The violent rolling was reduced from a dangerous 25 degrees to a much more manageable 12 degrees. The wheat cargo remained secure, and most importantly, the crew's safety was maintained. This wasn't luck. It was professional seamanship, aided by a deep understanding of meteorology and oceanography. Now, let's fast forward. The Pacific Trader has arrived safely in Japan and is now berthed at the Yokohama bulk terminal. The storm is a memory, and the weather seems perfect. A high-pressure system sits overhead at 1025 hectopascals, and a gentle afternoon sea breeze is blowing. But the ocean is never truly still. A spring tide is expected, which means higher highs and lower lows, and a long-period swell, generated by a distant storm hundreds of miles away, is forecast to enter the harbour. The crew begins discharging the wheat, and the plan is to load steel quills afterward. Suddenly, during the discharge operation, the situation changes. The wind shifts unexpectedly, and the long-period swell begins to roll into the terminal basin. The massive ship starts to surge back and forth against the pier. Mooring lines, as thick as a man's arm, stretch and go slack with the ship's movement. As the wheat is unloaded, the ship's draft is changing rapidly, and the rising tide is further complicating the underkeel clearance. On deck, the bosun radios the chief mate with urgency. "Chief mate, the lines are surging heavily. The breast line is going slack on the surge." The chief mate recognizes the danger immediately. "Stop discharge. Call the terminal and inform them. We need to adjust all moorings and double-check our underkeel clearance right now." The terminal representative confirms their fears. That swell is coming from an offshore weather system we've been tracking. The master, now on deck assessing the situation, understands the phenomenon perfectly. This is a classic oceanographic effect: remote storm swell. Even a protected harbour isn't immune. Let's increase the gangway, watch, and start ballasting carefully to counteract the draft change. Once again, the crew takes decisive action. All cargo operations are suspended. Extra mooring lines are run ashore to secure the vessel. Ballast is pumped into the tanks to maintain stability and control the draft against the rising tide. The tidal window for their operations is recalculated, and before any work resumes, a toolbox meeting is held with the deck crew and terminal staff to ensure everyone understands the new plan and the risks involved. The result? No mooring lines parted. No one was injured. The ship and the terminal infrastructure remained undamaged. Once the swell subsided, cargo operations resumed safely. This incident highlights that a mariner's vigilance for weather and ocean conditions never stops, not even when tied up in port. So, why are meteorology and oceanography so critical in this industry? As we've seen, they determine the safety of a vessel's route. They directly affect ship motions, which can impact cargo integrity and cause fatigue and stress for the crew. They can even shut down entire ports, affecting global supply chains. Understanding these forces is a core competency for every seafarer, from the master making the ultimate risk decisions, to the chief mate managing stability, the second officer plotting weather, the chief engineer ensuring machinery readiness, and the bosun overseeing deck safety. This isn't just good practice, it's mandated by a web of international and national regulations. STCW requires officers to be competent in meteorology. SOLAS mandates safety of navigation through tools like weather routing. The ISM code requires formal risk assessments for hazards like heavy weather. The MLC ensures crew welfare by preventing excessive fatigue from constant ship motion. All these rules point to one fundamental truth: you cannot be a competent mariner without being a competent amateur meteorologist and oceanographer. The key lessons learned from the MV Pacific Trader are clear. First, weather and ocean conditions are incredibly dynamic and can change in an instant. Second, early detection and proactive decision-making are what save ships. Third, safety must always override the schedule. And finally, integrated teamwork from the bridge to the engine room to the shore is the foundation that prevents accidents. By understanding the intricate dance between the sea, the sky, and their vessel, the crew of the Pacific Trader turned to potentially disastrous situations into case studies of professionalism and skill. Thank you for watching. If you found this journey insightful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content on the fascinating world of maritime operations. Stay safe out there.